I'm Lauren with Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the Bellroy Card Sleeve 2nd edition, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. Let's dive in. Kicking it off with the materials on this wallet, we have an eco tanned leather that's available in a ton of different colors. So it's got a little bit of like fun stitching along the edges here. That stitching changes depending on the colorway you pick. And they do at this time have one leather free option. So if that's something that interests you, that is available. I personally like this eco tan leather. I think that it's really great quality. You can see it's developed like a little bit of a scratch right there. I think that that's inevitable because you're taking a wallet in and out of your pocket a ton, or jacket or something like that. Like, it's bound to get scratched up. But in general, Bellroy does a really good job at picking really quality materials. So in this case, we have a little slim wallet that fits up to 8 cards. So in this, I have 2 cards in this little, or sorry, 1 card in this little front pocket, and then 7 in here. And then in this back pocket, I have some cash. So between all of the different storage places in this wallet, you do have like 3 different options. I liked putting one quick grab thing like in this front pocket. So this is where I would put primarily like an ID or something like that. And then back here is where you can either put cash, which we have 2 folded up bills. Those are on the taller side. So you can see that they do slide in pretty nice. The one side, the pocket is a little bit higher than the other. It seems like, oh, maybe they are a little bit more equal. No, this one does seem a little bit higher. Let me know what you think. But I did notice that either of these pockets were a pretty solid place to store just whatever cards you use the least. I had like my ID in one, like I mentioned, and then back here, sometimes I even just left like the cards I don't ever really use so that they didn't bog up this center area. So there's a ton of different configurations of how you want to kind of organize your wallet, right? But in this case, the way you get access to your card is there's a little pull tab here, and you just pull that up, and it pops out everything that is in the middle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So those go in. You can see that that pull tab down there is now pulled up. And so once you have it pulled up, you grab, let's say I want this card, and then I don't know, let's say I pay, put this back in, and then we can push all of that back down. The thing that I noticed happened the most with this, that frustrated me the most, was that this little tab never went fully back down unless if I took the cards on this side and then pushed them down a little bit more, so they kind of like fan up, then that's when it would actually go all the way down. So if I had this here, pulled this up, pushed it back down, it just always stayed a little bit out, which isn't the end of the world, right? If anything, it gives you a little bit quicker access to this pull tab. But I think that the back half of this pull tab, because it's like an unfinished leather, it just looks a little bit on the sloppier side to me. So I think maybe if it was reversed, I wouldn't mind as much, but it just kind of bothered me that it was like unfinished and just hanging out all the time. But really, that was my only nitpick with this thing. I think it does a really good job at like holding all of the cards that I personally need. Like 8 cards is really max for me. I don't really have anything more than that. So if you are really somebody who likes to minimalist carry, this is a great option for that. It's got really subtle branding, just like debossed Bellroy, and then their little owl logo on the other side. So aesthetically pretty sleek and just carries the bare minimum. Because it's so minimal, it's really not surprising that this is extremely packable. So this fits really easily into a pocket. I'll show you that in a second, but it's so slim even when it's fully packed out with stuff. It doesn't bend or anything like that, which honestly you don't want, because then you don't want your cards to bend. So that's not that big of a deal. Plus, when you put it in a pocket, so here it is in a front pocket, nice and simple. And then here it is in a back pocket, also very simple. So when you have it in your front or your back pocket, you really can't even see it. You can't really feel it. It just feels like a very solid, contained sort of package for your cards. So I think that it does that really well. And because it is so small, it fits in pretty much any pocket, unless you have like really, really, really tiny pockets, which are not unheard of. But thankfully, if you don't have those, you are pretty much set. If you're finding this video helpful, hit subscribe so we can keep making content to help you travel smarter. But for now, let's look at a couple of different wallets in comparison. So here we have this wallet that we're looking at, and then we have the card pocket, which is actually the wallet that I use from Bellroy every single day, unless I'm testing a different wallet, obviously. So with the card pocket, this holds 4 to 15 cards. So if you were looking for something that was equally as slim, I mean, I guess it's not equally as slim. It is very, very close though. There's like, in comparison, you're not really getting that much more depth if you go with this card sleeve, or card pocket, sorry. But with the card sleeve here, it fits all of those same amount of cards. You don't have to worry about, you know, I don't know, your cash falling out or something like that. You technically do also have a space for like coins or something, if that's something that you're into. You can even fit more cards. This one, I believe I said, but it holds like 4 to 15 cards. So kind of up to you. I personally like this one because it just gives me a little extra security if I have like change or something like that. But this is a really close second, apart from the slight annoyance with this pull tab. But we actually have seen this pull tab design before. If you look over here, we have the nomadic wallet, which everything just kind of slides right in here. And then you have the pull tab that pops up all of your cards. So this one's a little bit easier to get it to go all the way down. However, it has stretched out over time. So if you only have a couple of cards in here, it could start to feel a little bit loose, which isn't great. So there you have it, the Bellroy Card Sleeve. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.